The fortress of Castra ad Montenesium in Montana is a place with a history of 6 millennia. The ancient site is located in the southwestern part of the city, on the Colto Hill, also called Gradishtato. The name of the city was given by the ancient Romans and probably comes from the word mons, mountain, but the settlement itself dates back to prehistoric times. The first inhabitants of the hill lived during the Stone and Copper Age. During this period of history, humans made an important transition from nomadic hunter-gatherers to a more sedentary lifestyle involving cultivating the land and building permanent settlements. The area, which was later named Montana, was chosen as a suitable place to live by ancient people because of its fertile soils and the possibility of protection. The Thracian fortification of the hill rose during the early Iron Age, 7 centuries BC. The Triboli tribe erects the first powerful fortress wall that follows the contours of the terrain. Today, stone walls more than a meter wide remain from it. The Romans settled in the area at the end of the 1st century AD, attracted by the rich deposits of ore and gold along the Augusta River. The Roman fortress of Calado was built already with the establishment there of Roman military units of the Ishogambrian cohort, which participated in the suppression of the Thracian revolt of 26 AD. Around the military camp, first mentioned in an epigraphic monument of 134, and the ancient sanctuary at the spring developed into a settlement, which in 160 to 161 received municipal rights, i.e., city status with adjoining territory. The settlement was called Montenesium, which is mentioned in an inscription from the 2nd century. It quickly became the center of the province of Lower Moesia. During the Roman Empire, the city flourished. Roads are built and maintained connecting Montenesium to the rest of the empire. Apart from mining and gold mining, the main occupations at that time were agriculture and handicrafts. The economic and cultural prosperity of the city in the second 4 centuries was interrupted in the middle of the 3rd century by the Gothic invasions. In the face of the danger of new barbarian attacks, the construction and strengthening of the fortress has begun. This is evidenced by an inscription found in 256. A burg was built from which to watch the robbers, for the protection of the inhabitants of the fortress and the citizens of Montenesium. But an intensification of these attacks followed. Around the 5th century, so a protekism, an additional wall, was erected at the southeastern end of the fortress. Barracks and a basilica were also built. Despite the efforts of the locals, the fortification was destroyed in 518 during an attack by Avars and Slavs, after which it was abandoned. Subsequently, a Bulgarian, in some sources, Slavic, fortified settlement was created on its ruins, but with significantly smaller dimensions. It was called Kutlovica. Remains of a pagan sanctuary were also found, preserved to this day, in which honor was paid either to the god Perun or to Dodgebog, or perhaps to both at the same time. It existed until the adoption of Christianity in the Bulgarian state, 9th century.